So,
But
yeah.
what was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. Anyways, salad fingers.
Right, yeah, something about salad fingers. What about salad fingers?
Yeah, no. Cause okay, so the thumbnail, the old one where it was like episode, because there used to only be 10 episodes, and it
Uh,
was the complete series
I,
at
I
the
don't
time.
I don't know anything about salad fingers. I don't watch salad fingers.
No, I know. It was just. Have you ever seen that thumbnail with the yellow and the red swirl
No. See,
thing?
I think you misunderstood me. I actively avoided salad fingers. So I never saw the thumbnail or anything.
Well, no, I always saw the thumbnail because it was always off on the side.
Not for me usually.
I never clicked on. Well, I remember when I finally watched it, it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. But now, for the life of me, I cannot remember what I thought it was going to be.
All right, you know what? I'm just gonna find salad fingers. Let's look it up.
Well, I mean, now it's called the first 10 episodes. It's just a picture of his face
Yeah,
with
it's
the
like,
stripes behind it.
yeah. So what's the problem with that?
Because I don't remember what I was expecting.
I don't know honestly what you could expect from that.
Well, I saw it and it's like, so I knew it was an animated show and I knew it was like this guy. Maybe I thought it was something more along the lines of like Invader Zim. Like it was some sort of black comedy kind of thing.
Wait, so has this show ever actually been on television, or is it purely a YouTube thing?
It's purely a YouTube thing.
That's fitting.
Well, yeah, this is one of those, it can only exist on the internet.
Yeah, you know what? I could think of some other shows like that. One that comes to mind. Did you ever see that? I think it's called. I want to say it's called Sync. Is the name of the movie? It was like
Oh, what?
called like Sync. Yeah, here we go. Sync
Sync.
the movie from Corridor Digital
Is that sync or with a Y?
with a Y, like to synchronize.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting. It's a
Sync the
it's a-
movie.
the reason I learned about it is
2012.
yeah, there you go. The reason I learned
Oh,
about
look,
it
there it is.
Yeah, the reason I learned about it though is because I was playing Minecraft with some friends, and we were like playing with a modded version, and like we were playing with mods, and one of the mods was called the Sync mod, and it basically let you do what like the whole premise for this movie is. So the premise is that like the main character is this dude who is like he basically has like his mind is like a computer or runs on a computer or
Excuse me.
something, and he can like transmit his consciousness and other I think there's like basically he has multiple bodies called shells, and he can basically just move his consciousness between the bodies.
Did you cut out?
What, I cut out?
I couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh, well, I said that he could like transmit his body between like his consciousness between bodies essentially. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so I played a Minecraft mod where you could do that. You could like grow more bodies in like tanks, and then like, you know, warp your consciousness between your bodies that you have. And if you die, you just get transmitted to one like your nearest body.
So it's like that one episode of Rick and Morty.
Probably. But yeah, it was a pretty cool little movie. But I don't think it ever would have gotten by in theaters, if you know what I mean. It's like the premise was cool, but the ending just kind of completely fell apart for me. Mostly.
Was it like a mind screwy ending, or was it we didn't know how to end this ending?
It was more like they tried to overdo it. They like tried to make it way more complicated than it needed to be. Basically, I don't remember.
Did they exceed their budget?
No, they didn't exceed their budget. They actually had a pretty substantial budget, but I don't know. I guess it's easy just to describe
do you know what I mean?
What? No, I don't know what you mean.
I mean, like, did they exceed their means? Like, did they have this idea that like was super cool, but they just couldn't do it because of the production they had?
Yeah, I'd say it
But
wasn't.
they tried
really-
anyways.
It was honestly more an issue of the writing, though. I don't feel like it was a restriction of their like budget. I think it was just that the idea they had was not like very well developed. Basically, I didn't really understand what was actually at stakes throughout most of the movie. They didn't do a super good job. I mean, I was also a lot younger when I watched it, so maybe it's not as bad as I remember. I mean, it wasn't bad at all. It was just kind of lacked. They didn't develop the main like threat well enough. I don't know. Do you care if I spoil it for you?
Yeah, because I mean, this isn't even that long. I could watch this.
You could. It'd be worth watching again, honestly. We could just watch it next time we hang out, and I can get my full thoughts on it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll give you a thumb.
I don't know the next time we hang out though.
I'll probably be in town soon.
Yeah, I know. It's just we're gonna watch Centaur World.
Right? Yeah, we need to do that.
I
But
really want
I
to
don't
watch
know.
it again.
I guess here I'll just give you like without spoiling it. Basically, the ending, the plot ends up having something to do with like AI and stuff, and like AI becoming conscious and such like that.
Uh-huh.
But like it's really hard to explain. I guess just watch it yourself, honestly, and just tell me if I'm. The issue I remember was basically like I didn't understand why him and the bad guy were competing to do a thing, and I didn't understand why that thing mattered. I guess.
Okay.
I guess is the best way to put it plainly.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a cool little movie. But yeah.
What's another one of those things?
It's one of those things it's like Salad Fingers, where I don't think it really could have survived outside of the internet. It was not. It was a pretty cool idea, but I don't think you ever could have gotten it released in theaters. But nowadays, you probably
there's a few things like that. Well, hold on. The Primer, didn't Primer get in theaters?
Yeah, that was like a film festival thing, though. And
yeah, but Primer is like a super indie movie.
Yeah, but it was great. There's been more even indie movies than that got a theater release. What's his name? Robert Rodriguez. His first movie was called El Mariachi. It had a budget of like $300, and it got a wide film release.
Who's Robert Rodriguez?
The guy that made Spy Kids.
Oh.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez. He made Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It's hilarious. He makes kids movies, and he also makes incredibly graphic, rated R, like gore fest movies.
I forgot about Spy Kids. Wait, gosh, no. I don't even remember if I saw I saw Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I don't know if I ever actually saw Spy Kids. I maybe saw the first one. Only thing I remember about Spy Kids is that ad for the fourth one where they're like, it's in 4D. You get a scratch and sniff sticker.
Remember when those were all the rage? Hey, I remember, actually, I'll come back to that.
Smell-O-Vision, they called it.
Yeah, I'll come back to that. I had something I wanted to say about that, but I wanted to talk about Spy Kids first before I forget what I was going to say. Yeah, no, I loved the Spy Kids movies as a kid, actually, and I really want to rewatch them. They're actually still pretty cool. From what I think. Are you
sure you do? They might not hold up.
I do want to rewatch them. At least the first two I know were actually pretty good films. The third one kind of falls apart, but it's also the most meme-worthy, so I'd say you break.
Is that the one where they recast him?
No, they didn't recast.
Do they recast them?
Well, in the fourth one, I haven't seen the fourth one. I guess I should say that because in the fourth one, it's like. They don't recast them necessarily. It's just that the original kids are grown up, and now it's like the next generation of Spy Kids. In the fourth one,
in Spy Kids, or
yeah, no, they don't recast them in that one.
Spy Kid, I know. Hold on, what am I thinking of? How many of these movies are there?
There's 4 Spy Kids movies.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Aren't there more than one of this?
There's 2 now, technically.
No, not that one. Wait, you're telling me? There's a real sequel to this. You're telling me there's only one Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah, there's only one actual Shark Boy and Lava Girl movie, but then more recent, like I think a couple of years ago, or last year even, they released like a sequel on. It's a straight to Netflix deal. It was called like We Can Be Heroes.
That wasn't a sequel. Yeah, no, that was a terrible movie, and then they were just in it, but like it's not a sequel.
Well, I think like the main character was supposed to be like their child or something, maybe.
I don't remember. I didn't watch it. It looked stupid, and then I saw reviews that confirmed what I thought.
Yeah, no, but I mean there's
only one Shark Boy and Lava. What have I been living? Have I been living a lie this whole time?
Apparently, because there's only ever been one, and it's not that good, honestly. It's one of those movies that people have a nostalgic connection to, but I think everyone kind of admits it was not that good.
Spy Kids 4D. It's the fourth movie, and it's in 4D because it comes with a Romascope.
Yeah, because in the
I love that. Okay, can I just? They call it 4D. 4D is not a real thing.
It's
a marketing technique.
Yeah, exactly.
But like they still on the Wikipedia, it's like this is a 4D movie, and it's like what?
Well, I think it's like 4D.
Apparently,
it's like 4D with like a little like trademark symbol next. It's like 4D is like a recognized marketing term. It doesn't actually mean like fourth dimension.
It means a high technology presentation with physical effects that are synchronized with the theater, so you can have motion, vibration, scent, rain, mist, bubbles, fog, smoke, wind, temperature changes, and strobe lights.
Yep, there you go. But yeah, I watched. I was gonna say because the only reason I think they really did that was because Spy Kids 3 was Spy Kids 3D, and it came with like you'd get like 3D glasses when you went to the movie.
I guess the Tingler technically counts as a 4D movie.
Yeah, that was probably like the first 4D movie. They're pretty dang close.
Well, I'm looking through the list. There's one from 1960, The Scent of Mystery. It's the first film to use Smell-O-Vision.
But yeah, no, that's the whole reason.
Oh, here it is. Wait. It says that the first 4D movie was The Sensorium, regarded as the world's first 4D movie, but it came out in 84 and The Scent of Mystery. So I guess that just is the Tingler not on. The Tingler's not even on here.
Well, actually, because Tingler's not 3D. So, you know what I mean?
It doesn't have to be 3D.
Doesn't have to be 3D to be 4D? Okay. I guess that makes sense.
I don't know. Okay, you know what? I don't think I actually know.
I don't know. I think we're getting
several movies that are listed here on this list.
Yeah, I don't really care to go this in depth about it.
Like theme park. The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. This is listed from 1999, but it's a motion-based 3D ride in one of the places. This is not a movie. Pirates 4D. Like how some of these aren't movies. SpongeBob SquarePants 4D sells. Oh wait, I know that. Yeah, that's the ride.
Yeah, it's a Universal.
That's the one where he leaps out of the painting and he's like, "Are you ready?"
Oh yeah, that's terrifying.
I hope you're ready because
you're being abducted.
Shrek 4D.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Released as an Anaglyph 3D. Oh, so wait.
Shrek 4D is not Shrek Forever After. Shrek 4D is the one where they fight Lord Farquaad's ghost.
What?
You haven't seen that?
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it was
until just now.
It was a Universal Studios attraction. It was like you go into the theater.
First film, Lord Farquaad's ghost. Yeah. Oh, so I guess he did just straight up die then.
Yeah, no, he did. But yeah,
I thought it was fairy tale logic where he's alive but in the dragon's stomach.
Well, he was for a while.
Well, I just assumed that it was one of those like fairy tale things where it's like I've been in here for 50 years, and then they're all like, "Well, how did he survive in there?" You're not supposed to think about it. He's just been in there for 50 years.
Yeah, no,
I thought it was that.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Shrek
straight up died.
I don't know if Shrek 4D is actually canon, but yeah, it was just
Shrek 4D canon.
I don't know. It was basically it was just this Universal Studios attraction where you'd go into.
It was official. Okay, hold on. We got it here. It's in TV. Sorry, what?
You keep every time I try to talk, you talk over me.
Sorry, I got hung up on the Shrek 4D.
No, I know it's pretty distracting, but I was just gonna say I was gonna give my context with it. It was a Universal Studios attraction, and so I actually saw it at Universal Studios in the original like theater and everything. It's pretty cool, but once you take it out of that setting, it falls apart because it does that obnoxious 3D thing where like everything is flying at the screen and they'd have slow-mo shots. Yeah, and so you can watch it. It's actually on Netflix. At least, actually, I don't know. I think they took all the Shrek stuff off of Netflix recently. But
I bet I can just find it on YouTube.
You probably can. Shrek, yeah, I think it's actually 4D. On YouTube. It's like not even that long, but it completely falls apart. Like it's obnoxious as heck when you don't actually have the 3D effect. It just looks really stupid.
Honestly, that's kind of most 3D movies. Like, because they wouldn't do it in 3D. They just have like the things that are for 3D, like Monsters vs. Aliens. You remember when that first came out?
Yeah.
And then they released it at Homes with the purple and orange glasses.
Yeah, purple orange.
You got that from I got it from from Netflix back when they delivered DVDs.
Oh wow, they still do that actually.
They still do that?
Yeah, they still do that. They actually have a lot of like stuff in their catalog that you can only get from DVD.
Oh,
pretty cool.
I just thought they stopped that part.
No, it's still there, at least for now.
The official statement by DreamWorks Animation is that it is canon, but there are numerous aspects of the film that it contradicts. They open on the honeymoon, even though the first film showed them doing that already. Then they go to this hotel, but the second film shows them setting it at a cottage. And then Scared Shrekless retcons it because Farquaad it's an urban legend. But I've only seen the movies. I didn't see any of these specials because they don't matter.
Scared Shrekless was actually pretty good. And so was the Christmas one, whatever that one's called. Those are both pretty good. Because
watch Shrek 1, 2, and then the fourth one, and pretend the third one doesn't exist because it doesn't contribute anything.
What third one?
Yeah, exactly.
What was I gonna say?
It's like, they have children now, and it's like, well, I mean that's a logical.
Yeah, but on the topic of 4D, did you ever watch? Do you remember when like there was the there was that movie? It was a Rugrats and Wild Thornberrys crossover that appeared in theaters. It was called like Rugrats Go Wild or something.
Yeah.
Do you remember how they released? They had like scratch and sniff cards for that one too.
No, I didn't watch Rugrats as a child. I wasn't allowed to.
What? Actually,
my
no,
parents
that makes sense.
didn't want.
That actually makes sense. I've seen a few episodes. Like one of the kids I work with in my job, like watches that show, and I've seen some of those jokes are definitely for the adults. Let's just say that.
Oh, that wasn't the reason why.
Oh, why was it then?
The reason that my dad always said was because
it's for babies.
No, it was it was setting a bad example for me.
Why?
because the children are brats, and
They're babies.
well, that was the reason I was given. Honestly, I was never interested, anyways, because it just didn't seem like an interesting premise that I cared about.
I liked it as a kid. I
I
don't
like
think it's
As
one.
Told by Ginger better.
I don't think you have to pick one over the other.
One of these days I'll watch The Wild Thornberries, but I haven't seen it.
I used
still.
to watch that one too. I don't remember very well though.
Got Tim Curry. That's good enough for me. You know, I will say I've had people, the Klapski Chupo, however that's pronounced, art, the place,
Yeah,
the
I know.
guys,
I don't know how to pronounce it.
those guys. Anyways, their art style is somewhat contentious because it's like it's kind of intentionally ugly in a way.
Yeah.
But so it works. It almost works better for the monster show because, you know, they're
Yeah.
supposed to be ugly.
I haven't.
But
seen
the
that
thing, I don't know. I've heard it said that, like, As Told by Ginger, it's like, these are such ugly human designs, and I'm like, no, they're not.
They're not that
They're like
bad.
complete. No, they look fine. The Wild Thornberries is worse designs. Like, look at friggin' Nigel. His proportions make no sense.
Smashing.
I'll do this with my hands.
I gotta look up a picture of Nigel Thornberry now, just because I don't.
You're gonna look at that one meme picture. Smashing. If I just type in smashing, do I get the video I want?
I wouldn't type that in personally.
Yep, it's the very first thing.
Huh.
Actually, it's the second thing. The first thing is some weird blonde kid in a blue hoodie, and then the second thing is Nigel Thornberry. And then the fourth thing is Nigel Thornberry combined with Patrick.
I love that. I'm looking at that one right now.
Smashing.
Oh God.
Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah, for 4D movies though, they were sure a fad. That's what's funny, though,
Honestly, I don't even remember them being a fad. I only remember the one. It was Spy Kids because it was like 4D, and
Yeah,
it's
but
like
that one-
you're just such a stress smelling. What's the point of this?
Yeah, well, that one came out even after the fad had kind of died out, in my opinion. Like, I feel like, you know, I was seeing them pop up fairly often. You'd get, like, you know, I think Rugrats and Wild Thornberry was, like, the first one that I, like, actually was aware of, aside from the Shrek one, because that actually came out right after the first movie, I think.
Shrek.
Yeah, what was I going to say?
I don't know.
I just lost my train
Oh.
of thought.
I dropped my clip.
Oh yeah, it's like I feel like I went several years without seeing another like 3D or 4D movie, and then all of a sudden, like I started seeing ads for the new Spy Kids, and from what I hear, it's absolutely terrible. But you know,
Spy Kids 3D or what?
well, Spy Kids 4 is absolutely terrible. Spy Kids 3 is objectively bad but still enjoyable. You know?
I don't know. I never saw Spy Kids.
Oh.
Maybe I saw the first one.
We
I don't
need to watch
remember.
it. Honestly, the first one, pretty freaking scary, actually.
Spy Kids.
Look up.
There's no way
Okay,
that movie
okay,
is scary.
Look up. Let me see if I can remember. What's it? Spy Kids. Oh yeah, look up Floops Fooglies.
What?
Yeah, type that in. It's Spy Kids, and it's FLOOPS FOOGLIES.
Wait, hold on. Whoa, what the hell is
Yeah.
this? No. I didn't. I looked up Spy Kids, and somehow, I don't know how I got here, but I'm now on a page of a CGI animated reboot that's apparently on Netflix.
Oh, I didn't know about
It
that.
looks terrible, and I don't know how I got here.
Oh, here we go. Go to actually look up Floops Fooglies and go to the video and watch.
Just click on
There's like a movie clip
Spy
of it
Kid-
that shows like
Okay, hold
the
on.
Floop song.
Spy Kids, Floop. There it is. Floop's Fooglies.
Yeah, look at the video.
Oh, okay. Well, I see a picture.
Yeah,
That's
watch that video.
interesting.
It's terrifying. And so the whole plot of the first movie, I think, is that
Click one.
the main character or the main antagonist is like Floop, I guess is his name, but he makes a TV show and he kidnaps people and turns them into those things. Those are people. They got turned into Fooglies.
It's honestly, it's not that scary.
Imagine you're a
I'm looking
child
at
watching
this.
this though.
I don't know, dude. Like, I played Halo as a young boy.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm not saying it's like okay. It's honestly not like a super scary movie, but it's got some creepy stuff in it,
Okay,
and just especially for being a kids movie, some of this stuff is just messed
There's
up.
these.
But it's
these
it's a pretty
guys.
charming little movie though. I think the second one's my favorite.
This This guy with the face. How do these factor into the plot exactly?
So there's a bunch of agents that are going. So like the kids' parents work for the OSS, which is like a spy organization, and a bunch of OSS agents keep going missing, and then they figure out they're being kidnapped by Floop and turned into Fooglies.
Do they get turned back at the end of the movie?
I don't remember. I feel like
it's a kid movie. Usually everyone is fine.
I feel like the answer is no. But there is a trend in those movies where like all the antagonists end up becoming their friends after.
Oh.
So it's like Floop becomes a friend that appears in the later movies.
Danny Trejo's in the second movie, apparently.
Yeah, what's funny is he appears as a character named Machete. And then Machete is a separate movie series made by Robert Rodriguez. It's rated R and super gory. Machete, the series, the movie series actually came out after Spy Kids. So Machete's first appearance was technically in Spy Kids 2, and I think that he has even said that they exist in the same universe. But I feel like
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for this character, and it literally says is a fictional character in the Spy Kids films and the Machete films.
Yeah, see, just juxtapose.
So yeah, they are in the same universe.
Yeah, just juxtapose those two movies and tell me how.
So this character apparently appears in in the 3 Spy Kids movies, and then the Machete movies. Then the 4th is a cameo, Spy Kids 4, and then there's 2 more. Wait, there's another Machete movie. Snickers, the Brady Bunch. Why is this here? Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, right.
Brady
Bunch.
I
remember that. There was a Super Bowl commercial.
Machete's there.
Yeah, there was a Super Bowl commercial where he's in the Brady Bunch, and it's that bit where they give him a Snickers bar, and it turns out he was actually the mom from the Brady Bunch the whole time, but she was just, you're not you when you're hungry. So she apparently turns into
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Rodriguez says that in a Reddit AMA that they're alternate universes, but then other people have said that they are in the same universe. So at this point, who cares?
I haven't seen Machete, so I can't speak to it. But
I'd just like to believe that they're in the same universe.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably no reason they couldn't exist in the same universe. It's just Machete is. It's hilarious because the Spy Kids movies are so kid friendly, mostly, not entirely. Oh, yeah, have you ever seen that clip of Steve Buscemi saying, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of his creation"? Have you ever seen that?
I think everyone's seen that clip. I don't know what it's from.
It's from Spy Kids 2.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a bit of irony there.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I mean, have you seen those movies? What is this guy? What is Robert Rodriguez? Robert, I'm looking you up.
He's just a filmmaker. He's a very
I know, but
unconventional filmmaker, and he's awesome.
Are these good movies though? I don't think they're good movies.
A lot of them are great. He made some
really
good
a lot
movies.
of them.
Yeah,
he made all Spy Kids movies.
I like those. Okay, at least the first 2 are actually pretty good.
We Can Be Heroes.
That one's probably not good. Shark Boy and Lava Girl is not good, but that's just what's great about him is his movies are always really hit or miss, but they're so he's so unapologetically different.
Yeah. So let's see. We got El Mariachi.
He does his own style. Yeah, El Mariachi won a bunch of awards. That one was great, apparently.
And then Desperado, whatever that is.
That one's also
neo-western
really
action
good.
film. Wait, it's the second part of a trilogy. Rodriguez Mexico trilogy. What's the 4th one?
3rd one, you mean? It's probably
3rd one.
Is it one? Oh, it's probably Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn is amazing.
No. The Faculty. What is a science fiction? Okay, so he started off with neo-western movies. Then he moved on to sci-fi, an action horror, a sci-fi horror, and then 2 more Dusk Till Dawn movies.
He also made
Then he made Spy Kids, and then he went back to neo-western. And then, apparently he's also the guy who made the Sin City movie.
Yep.
And then Shark Boy, and then whatever Grindhouse is, and then Predators.
Which I hear is pretty
He made
good.
the 2010. Wait, okay, so this isn't connected to. Oh no, it is. This is the 3rd Predator movie, apparently.
Yep.
Then he made Machete, more Spy Kids, Machete again, Sin City again. Apparently, he made Alita Battle Angel. Okay, so this guy's got a wide spread of good and terrible movies.
Yep.
And then also movies that are just odd.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah. I gotta say though, From Dusk Till Dawn is amazing. That's a movie. It was a collaboration with Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino directed the first half. He directed the second half. So the first half plays out like a crime thriller, where it's like two brothers that like just pulled off some kind of like bank heist or something, or they pulled off some crime. They kidnap a family on vacation. Like they kidnap them and use them for hostages, and so they're like traveling across the country with this family, and then they end up at a bar at this like nightclub, and then it turns out the nightclub is run by vampires, and as soon as like the vampires appear, a switch flips and it turns into a Robert Rodriguez action movie with like just a bunch of goofy action stuff, and it's amazing.
I found out he made a really stupid movie.
Which one?
100 Years. It's a short film.
I don't know anything about it.
He filmed it in 2015, and he's going to release it in 2115. 100 years later.
Why is that
Ooh,
stupid?
You'll never see that, because it's one of those movies that thinks it's more important than it really is.
Knowing who Robert Rodriguez is,
I hate art. I hate stupid art things like that, where it's like, I've made the most amazing art. It's so experimental that you'll never even see it. There is no movie, actually.
I feel
that's
like
how experimental it is.
I feel like knowing Robert Rodriguez, it's probably done more as a joke or something. I don't think he's doing it with any elevated sense of art. I think he's just...
They've kept all the details super secret.
It's probably being done as a joke or something. I don't know. He doesn't seem to be the type that's like pretentious and artsy. I mean, look at the other movies he makes. He made Spy Kids. Do you really think he's someone that's going to do that?
I'm just saying that he actually made this movie, and it actually is planned to be released 100 years from when he filmed it.
Well, it's probably just a fun little idea he had. I don't know. It's nothing to get angry about.
The only details that have been released is that it stars John Malkovich as the male protagonist, Shuya Chang as the female protagonist, and Marco Zaror as the antagonist.
I don't know.
Those are the only details.
It's probably a fun little thing. I don't know. I don't care. It's
Pending release, the film is being kept in a high-tech safe behind bulletproof glass that'll open automatically on November 18th, 2115, the day of the film's premiere.
I don't know.
People have received a pair of invitation tickets made of metal, which they can hand down to their descendants.
That's awesome.
No, this is stupid.
That's awesome. I think it's funny. Why do you want to get angry about this? Like, why is this worth getting angry about?
Because it's so dumb.
Is this really a hill you want to die on, though? Seriously?
I die on every hill.
I know you do, and that's why you're always stressed out.
No.
Yeah?
I am not a Okay, well, that's a lie. I can't even finish that sentence.
Yeah. Say not every hill. Some things are just... Sometimes it's okay just to say, wow, that's kind of stupid, but okay, and then move on.
No, I don't have not strong opinions.
I know.
I'm just saying, okay, it's like, oh, we got to keep, this is a super secret movie. We're keeping it in a safe, and there's tickets to pass down to your, and it's like, that is the dumbest thing.
Well, you know what I say? So what? Who cares? Why does it hurt anybody? Let him do his thing.
It's dumb.
Sure. I'm sure it is. You know what else is probably dumb?
What?
A lot of the crap we do.
We have no illusions about our own grandeur.
So? I don't know if anyone... I don't know that Robert Rodriguez does either.
I don't know. No, you have to have some. If you make a movie like this, you have at least a few.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, there's no need for this.
Why does it bother you so much? That's what I'm trying to get into here.
Because it's the principles of art, okay?
Why do you care? Like, why is it...
I hate art that thinks it's like modern art. Modern art makes me mad because it is like, this is a sin against art, and I hate that people think this is art now.
Well, I think the part that's stupid there is just how much they can sell it for. It's like you literally did minimal effort and sold it just because your name was on it. So it's like, that's a little dumb. Yeah. But I mean, once again,
the friggin' banana taped to a wall.
And the guy ate it out of protest.
Yeah, but then they just tape a new banana, and then they're like, well, it's not just the same banana, it's the idea. And it's like, what idea? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, you know, once again, though, this is something even that, like, I think it's stupid, but I'm not going to get that upset about it. I'll just not look at modern art because I don't enjoy it.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it, man. Things like this degrade the finer sense of civilization and lower our standards for what qualifies as good. Why do you think we have so many terrible films these days?
Well, now
because nobody has a respect for art anymore. What?
Sorry, I find you're saying they have illusions of grandeur, and then you drop a sentence like that. It's like, I don't know.
It's a gradual process. Society gets denigrated by continually lowering our standards, and this is a prevalent way that it happens.
Yeah, well, go look up modern art. Like modern art is like a niche community. There are like a small group of people, all like it's a little circle jerk where everyone thinks it's great, but everyone outside of that looks
museums.
Yeah, I know, and that those museums are enjoyed by the people in that niche little circle jerk, and everyone on the outside's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Let's just stand here and look at it because it's fun. It's like a zoo. It's like a zoo for pretentious, where you go and look at pretentious rich people. It's great.
And the things that they'll pay for.
Yeah.
What was that other one? Like,
I was gonna.
another.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
There was another, like, it wasn't the banana on the wall. There was like another one. Like, it wasn't just the usual, like, I put rocks in a glass case and then I sold it to a museum somehow. I just remember there was one that it was really particularly stupid, but it wasn't the banana one. And I'm trying to remember what it was.
Like I said, I
just
don't
remember
really follow
that
modern art.
Well, neither do I, but, sometimes something like the banana happens and then everyone hears about it.
Yeah, because of the memes.
It's just so dumb.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. Like, why would anyone pay for that? I don't get it.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. They came up with some like pretentious description of why it's something about it not being temporary because the banana will rot eventually or something. But
I really want to see an article.
And the guy just wouldn't eat the damn banana.
The modern art banana. I want to see if there's an article about how this is great.
I don't see. I think only the articles you're going to find are probably things talking about how dumb it is.
The artist, I would put that in quotes if Maurizio Catalan.
Yeah, hey, that reminds me. So when I was in art school in like high school,
of course that's his name.
I don't know. It could be just like a stage name, like Banksy.
I know, it's just like, come on. He sounds like a guy that like has a beret or something, and like those like the circular hipster glasses and a turtleneck sweater.
You mean he sounds
and like
French?
He just sounds like somebody who walks onto a stage and then like, what am I trying to say here?
I get the picture. I get the picture you're making. I understand.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is why we're friends.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was getting? Oh yeah, so I remember learning about in high school though, like we had a thing where we learned about other artists and like we kind of touched on like modern art and stuff like that. And there was this one artist that came up in like one of the books that we were reading. It was this guy who literally, like, what he does is he comes up with a concept and then commissions it to be made. So a couple of the pieces he's made is like he made like an actual unicorn. Like he took a taxidermied horse and attached like a narwhal horn to it and made an actually taxidermy unicorn and sold it for a ton of money. And then he also did one where he took like a shark and like had it divided into sections, like split, like cut into sections and like preserved in glass. So it was like this like weird cut up shark. Was it like that one scene in that one movie where they go into the guy Beautiful Mind, and then they split the cow? Okay, so good. You knew where I was going with that. Exactly. Is it like that? Yeah, it was exactly that, except it was a shark. But my question is... Okay, really quickly, though, how did you know that? I didn't even know where I was going. I wasn't quite... You picked up on that really quickly is what I'm saying. I don't know. That's why we're friends. We pick up on the weird same cues. I don't know. But my point is, though, the question I was going to ask, so this guy, like, literally all he does is he comes up with the idea for these weird, outlandish things and then commissions people to make it for him. Okay. But then he takes all the credit. So it's like, is this guy really the artist? Like, can we really call him an artist? Because, I mean, he did come up with the idea, but he's not the one that actually makes any of the things. I mean, his idea of art is putting a banana on a wall, so I think artists might strain credulity a bit. Well, I don't know if he's the same guy. I don't think it's the same guy that did the banana thing. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to look it up. Art. Wait, are we talking about a different guy? Yeah, I think it's a different guy. Oh, I remember what it was. I remembered what it was. I read it. It was in a magazine once in school. It was the guy who sells invisible paintings. I wanted to punch him. Who did what now? He sells invisible. You get a frame. Right. He sells invisible paintings. It's white, and then he gives you a little card that like describes what the painting is, and it's like you're paying for the idea, and it's like what? I found it. No, it's a shark preserving glass. This is dumb. And actually, it's not. It's not actually split. I don't. Wait, no. Is it? Invisible paintings. Oh, I remember the other one. It's the one that's a giant blue rectangle, and then they painted a white line down it, and then they're like $180,000. Right. Okay, here, I found the shark one, though. It's actually not divided into cross sections. I don't know why I remembered that being part of it. Oh, it's probably because in this picture, it's like, It's in a tank with
now I'm
like
disappointed.
it's in like a tank that has like that's like in 3 sections that makes it look like the shark is split into sections. But do you want to hear something that'll make you scream? Probably.
All right, go ahead.
Do you want to know what the name of this piece is? It's literally just a shark preserved in glass. Okay, here, let me just read the. So it consists of a preserved tiger shark submerged in formaldehyde in a glass panel display case. That's the entire piece. It's called "The Physical Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Someone Living."
Why?
Yeah, I love it. It's got like.
Okay, I hate this guy.
Well, I mean, I hate it, but yeah. Okay, so his name is Damien Hirst. Is the name of the artist.
Who are you, Damien Hirst?
Let's see. English artist, entrepreneur, and collector. He is one of the young British artists who dominated the art scene in the UK during the 90s. He is reportedly in the
Use the word artist lightly.
Major works and events.
Yeah, shark in glass.
Yeah, this art features a large...
That's not art. That's just taxidermy at that point.
Not even. He just literally preserved it in a tank. And once again, I don't think he's even the one that did it. Let's see. Beautiful Inside My Head Forever. Let's see what this piece is. It's...
Yeah, this, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of like
2-day auction.
The friggin' Calvin and Hobbes snow sculptures, where he's making, but like those were a satire of the modern art world, and they were making fun of it.
And they were, yeah,
but like people just actually do that. What was like the one where he's like, oh, a typical? Hold on, let me just find it. I can just find it. Calvin and Hobbes, there it is. This one. I just need to find that one strip.
Oh, here we go. There's lots of people.
There we go. Got it. Found it.
Yeah, look, there's a... so yeah, it looks like there's quite a backlash to this guy too, though. Like it's... Someone wrote a book called Con Art, Why You Should Sell Your Damien Hirsts While You Can. He also made... apparently there's also like an article written called A Dead Shark Isn't Art. Oh, and here we go.
Okay, so this time it's a step too far.
It's A Dead Shark Isn't Art is... Oh, it's a... Okay, wait. In 2003, under the title A Dead Shark Isn't Art, the
Dead
Stuckism
art
International...
isn't shark. It's an experience.
No, this is like something in response to him. So it says, under the title A Dead Shark Isn't Art, the Stuckism International Gallery exhibited a shark which had first been put on public display 2 years before Hearst's by Eddie Saunders in the Shoreditch shop. JD Electrical Supplies, Thompson asked, if Hearst shark is recognized as great art, then how come Eddie's, which was on exhibition for 2 years beforehand, isn't? Do we perhaps have here an undiscovered artist of genius who got there first, or is it that a dead shark isn't art at all? I think that's well said, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like this guy literally just had a dead shark in a tank that he had on display for whatever reason. This other guy comes along, does the exact same thing, calls it art, and makes a ton of money.
Yeah. Look at this kid's snowman. What a pathetic cliche. Am I supposed to identify with this complacent moron in a shovel? This snowman says nothing about the human condition. Is this all this kid has to say about contemporary suburban life? The soulless banality of the snowman is a sad comment on today's art world. Now, come look at my snowman. I call it the torment of existence weighed against the horror of non-being. As he melts, the sculpture will become even more poignant.
Oh, yeah, and here I found the unicorn one as well, and guess what? It's a horse with a horn grafted to its head submerged in formaldehyde.
Of course it's in formaldehyde. Why not?
Well, look here. People also ask, how many animals died for Damien Hirst? Though some creatures died before Hirst claimed them
7?
for his work, many have died because of it, totaling an estimated 913,450 creatures.
Oh, so somehow worse than PETA.
I guess. I don't know. At least this guy's not saying he's doing it for a good cause. Or maybe he is. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, let's see. I want to see his other works. Let's see. For the Love of God. And it's just a skull covered in diamonds. The Physical Impossibility. Mother, Child Divided. Let's see what that one is. Oh, and he also... Okay, oh my God. This one's amazing. It's called Mickey.
Is it Mickey Mouse?
I'm just gonna put the link in the Discord so you can see it for yourself. I feel like that's the only way.
Is it Mickey Rooney?
Just look at it.
Okay, I'll click. I see a link. Mickey from Damien Hirst. Let's see. A picture is loading here. Huh?
Oh my God! It made 902,000 pounds.
I still see nothing. Something will show up here eventually.
Why can't I scroll? On canvas painting by Damien Hirst executed in 2012. He was invited by Disney to create an artwork inspired by Mickey Mouse, and this was his response. Basically a middle finger on paper, in my opinion. fetching $902,000
Oh my gosh.
in five. Yeah, 902.
You know what the worst part is?
In 500.
You know what the worst part is?
What?
I can tell what this is.
I mean, yeah, you can.
Mickey's design is too iconic.
Well, yeah, you can tell what it is, but it's very badly done.
Wait a minute. How is he even allowed to sell this? They have such a tight trademark on this
It
sort of
just said
thing.
that
They don't even let people.
Disney commissioned him to make a piece inspired by Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
So they invited.
Hey,
this.
I got one better for you. An Italian artist, this article comes from 2021. An Italian artist auctioned off an invisible sculpture for $18,300. Quote, "It is a work that asks you to activate the power of the imagination," Salvatore Garou said of his sculpture. There's no sculpture.
Think. Okay, here I
it's
figured.
Made of literally nothing.
Okay, so I found the other piece, Mother and Child Divided. So this is the one. This is why I thought the shark was split into sections, because this is what I was getting it mixed with this one. This one is a cow that is sawed in half down the middle and preserved, and each half is preserved in formaldehyde, and they're preserved and they're displayed next to each other, and it's just as ghastly and
thank
disgusting
goodness.
as it sounds.
Sorry, thank you. I just discovered. Thank goodness. I think unless there are two, which there very well could be, the invisible art one might be a hoax that was deliberately created to fool people. If it is, I'm glad, but at the same time, it's entirely believable because I have next to it an article of a guy who actually did sell an invisible sculpture made of nothing. So, I mean, it's not even that far off from reality.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Hey, look, here's another quote. The vacuum is nothing more than a space full of energy, and even if we empty it, there's nothing left. Nothing has a weight. Therefore, it has energy that is condensed and transformed into particles. That is, into us. I don't know what that means, but it's stupid.
Wow, this is just ghastly.
What was the one that you just said? What was it called again?
Mother and Child Divided. But so it's not even just a cow. They took a cow. He took a cow and a calf. So the mother and the child, I guess, and he sliced them both in half, like from head to tail.
Oh, this is like the movie.
Yeah. So this is why I was thinking I got this mixed with the shark in my memory, but it's disgusting.
Okay, again, how is this?
It's yeah.
It's like, how is this art? Isn't this just like a scientific diagram sort of thing?
Well, it should be, but the fact that he didn't do it for scientific purposes just makes him some kind of sociopath, honestly.
Like this seems like something that like a lab would do with a dead cow. So they're like, we can use this for study.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you see this kind of stuff in labs, but the fact that he just did it and called it art is disgusting.
Art.
What the heck?
All right, here's a close up.
I don't want to think about Damien Hirst anymore.
I mean, honestly, I think you're more grossed out by it than I am.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It just looks like organs.
Which, yeah, it's kind of gross. It's more, I'm not grossed out by like anatomy. It's more just the fact that like, just the idea that this is being called art is kind of what puts me off.
Now, if he painted this, then it would be art.
If he painted a picture
of
here's
that, the horse. Why are they all in glass cages like some sort of sci-fi preservation thing?
You know, I feel like a good psychologist could probably read into something there, but I don't want to even try.
No, I'm looking at all these boxes, and it looks like a thing where aliens like capture people and they store them all in like a giant warehouse, and it's like the last shot of the movie where like it zooms out and shows how many people are being preserved or something.
I saw an actual horror
That's
movie
what these
where
are.
There's a serial killer that did that. He would kill people and preserve their body, mutilate their bodies and preserve them in tanks of formaldehyde. It was gross.
Is formaldehyde? Wait, is it so it's not frozen? It's not like encased in gel?
No, I don't think so.
It's just liquid in there?
I think so.
So what happens if I bump into it? Does the horse fall over?
I don't think it must be like secured down somehow. I don't know. Or maybe the rigor mortis is just set in enough that it's upright.
Oh, that's true. When I decide to exhibit an immaterial sculpture in a given space, that space will concentrate a certain amount and density of thoughts at a precise point, creating a sculpture that, from my title, will only take the most varied forms, the artist went on. If you thought that was artsy claptrap, he goes on to draw a rather lofty comparison to his work. After all, don't we shape a god we've never seen? This is the guy who made the invisible sculpture and then sold it for money.
Yes, I'm doing the same thing as religion.
Okay, so let's see. Meanwhile, I found a few articles about the stupid banana thing. The first article is how people who have bought it defend it as art. And I'm thinking like, well, of course you would. You have to justify the cognitive dissonance of the money you just spent on this thing.
That's exactly what it is.
And then the second one is somebody from the New York Times, so you know it's a super reliable article. A grudging defense of the $120,000 banana. I bet, you know what? I haven't read it yet, but I bet it's going to be something along the lines of, it's all just a satire of how the art and something, it is supposed to be absurd or something like that.
You still paid,
so,
that much money for it. Wait, so if you buy that piece, then does that mean you have to replace the banana regularly?
I think so. It's kind of like,
so why don't you just buy a damn banana from the grocery store and tape it to your own wall?
Because then it wouldn't be art.
You know what I'm realizing, actually?
Anybody can do it, and it's just something. But if an artist does it, it becomes art.
No, I'm realizing modern art has the same problem as NFTs. It's like the same thing.
Oh no, NFTs are worse.
Well, they're worse because it's not even a physical thing. But it's like literally modern art is just junk that is given value because people say it has value. An NFT is just yeah.
Oh, you don't know. Hold on. Have you seen I have some videos to link to you. You don't need to watch them now, NFTs? But I'll put some links in the Discord. Yeah, no.
Oh, no, I get the gist of
always
NFTs.
Thought. No, that's the thing. I thought I did too. I got I thought they were just like this stupid thing. No, it turns out they're worse. Like they're actively harmful and are it's something that need to be actively opposed rather than just like, oh, that's dumb. Like they're
Give me the Cliff Notes
it's bad.
version. So I guess let me just tell you my understanding of how it works, and you can tell me where I'm wrong. Yeah. So I understand it's basically an NFT can be literally anything. It's just a digital thing on the internet. You basically when you buy it, you get a receipt that says you're the sole owner of that thing, and that's kind of it. It's just it exists on the blockchain, so that's how you know it's like it's part of the blockchain, just like cryptocurrency. So that's how you know what's legit and what's not, and it basically just allows people to sell absolute garbage for obscene amounts of money, and people invest in them like stocks. So what's the part I'm missing?
As it turns out, it's worse than that.
How so?
So, well, it's like this. Because of the way that they are, like, you're not actually buying anything. Like, legally speaking, there is no contractual privy between anyone after the initial sale, which means that there's nothing protecting you. If they can literally do the thing where you can buy it and anyone can view it because it's just a link. But
it's just a
there's no way to legally copyright it because they're generated by a computer, which can't have copyrights because of the way copyright law is written. So you're not actually buying anything. You're essentially buying a receipt that says you bought something, but if they change it, then you just don't have access to it anymore. And then there's a whole bunch of other problematic stuff that has to do with it's like being used to actively scam people, and they're trying to put other stuff on the blockchain. Like they're trying to work towards a world where private information is put on a blockchain. There are so many things. Like it's worse than you thought.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of issues that are just kind of tangentially related to the NFTs themselves.
No, they're not tangentially related. Like, I just put 2 videos in the Discord for you sometime in the order that I saw them, which fully explained everything about the NFTs and why they are garbage and should be actively opposed.
Okay, yeah, I'll check them out. I'm curious.
Check them out sometime. Yeah, they're very interesting. I don't know if you can watch on double speed because I always do.
I tend not to. No.
Yeah, but no, they're there's problems. Yeah. There's problems.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
The problem is that there's so many that I can't it's really hard to explain to other people. So I'm at the point now where I just tell them to watch these 2 videos because they explain it better than I ever will.
Yeah, it's like one of the theories I've even heard is people use it for money laundering. Well, I mean, I guess, it opens a huge gateway for that when you can literally sell anything for any amount of money, and it's apparently acceptable now because of NFTs. There's a huge backlash to it, so I don't know if you can really call NFTs acceptable. It's more of like a fringe thing that took off in a certain community, but
yeah, NFTs basically exist entirely to get you to invest in crypto. Here, I'll just problem with cryptocurrency and NFTs in general. The way it works apparently is that they can because they're not they're digital data. How to explain it? The data can fork. And then they don't agree, and then split off into 2 different versions of reality, essentially, where they don't agree which money was sold at which time and to who. So they have 2 different versions of the same money running around that are different companies now. And the problem with this is that it's not just with a money where it's somebody steals your credit card and then you dispute the charges. First of all, because of the way crypto's designed, there's no third party to appeal to. So if you get screwed over, you're just screwed over, and that's it. But second of all, the fundamental problems with the currency itself, because it's inherently unstable. There's no regulation. As much as I don't like regulation, there are some things that need to be regulated, and banks are one of them. There's a reason they have regulation. Because otherwise you end up in this problem where you can literally decide that they don't even know who owns what money at any given time. It's so unstable.
I don't know. Apparently that's what the blockchain's for. It's like...
The blockchain is unstable too.
I'm sure. I don't know. I just stay away from that stuff.
No, yeah, so do I. But then I came across these videos and now it's like, oh no, this is worse than I thought.
Yeah. So
hold on. I gotta read this article about the friggin' banana thing, because somebody on the New York Times, the most reliable website ever, decided that there's a way to defend this, and I want to see how they defend it and if it's anything close to what I thought they were going to defend it with.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gold toilet. That gold one time. Oh, Andy. Yeah. Sorry. Hold on. This guy apparently at some point made a functional 18-karat gold toilet in a museum for some reason.
And let me guess, someone used it and ruined it?
I don't know. No, it's functional. I just don't know why.
Wait, so it's part of the exhibit that you use the toilet?
I don't know. Probably.
I feel like gold would make a really bad toilet because gold's, kind of a soft metal.
The guy who ate the banana... It's like the Theseus ship thing. It's like if you just replace the pieces, does you have the same thing? And the answer, of course, is yes. But then that would be acknowledging that this banana is special somehow. Because I always say it's the arrangement of the pieces, not the pieces themselves. So that's why Theseus ship paradox is stupid. But it's like the banana, then it would apply to the banana. And the banana is stupider. I don't want to give the banana the dignity. Conceptual art down from the... Oh, for the love of... It's a banana... Eep apple... Oh, Apple, 1966. At the exhibition of Yoko Ono, One Woman Show, 1960-1971 in 2015. What? What now? It was like 4 different years. I'm confused as to when this actually took place now. I don't know. Is it the same apple? If you buy a light, if the banana was always going to require a replacement, so it's the same banana, but people... Like, I guess I don't understand. Like, why are they allowed to do this? Some of these are, if I go out into the world and I do the exact same thing, everyone's going to be like, you're dumb. But, like, somehow when they do it, like, people buy money. Like, why? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Where's the line here?
I don't think there is one. So yeah, what else is going on? I don't know.
Well, okay. I'm reading this article, and I don't think any of it actually makes any sense.
I don't know. I'm kind of tired of talking about modern art and NFTs. Oh, man.
I don't get art, okay? It's like, at least when it's a painting, I have no respect for art that literally I could make or a child could make. Because it's like, when you have a painting, it's like, yes, I couldn't make that. That clearly took skill. What a nice piece of art. Then you have stuff like this, and it's like, okay, I actually could make this exact same art. I could do that. I have a banana and a duct tape in my house right now. But for some reason, when I do it, I'm just taping a banana to a wall. But when he does it, it's $120,000. I'm going to eat dates.
Oh, I like those. Oh, man. So what else is going on? Oh, you have been...
Like in general?
I don't know. Mostly I'm just trying to get off the topic of modern art because my eyes are starting to glaze over.
Why?
So yeah, I've been playing No Man's Sky again. That's pretty fun. Pretty good game. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I seem to have this trend where I keep playing games and then it turns out those games have like super complex lore. Like it happened with Dark Souls and now it's it's just BioShock.
Okay,
hold on.
BioShock. Are you telling me you went into Dark Souls not knowing that it had super complicated lore?
Yeah, I started playing before Dark Souls 2 even came out. Like I started playing like shortly after I think the PC version of the first game came out.
Because like that's the thing that everyone knows about Dark Souls.
Well, now it is, but back then I started playing when Dark Souls wasn't like as big as it is now. Like it was just the one game, and
Yeah, it was that one really hard game.
Yeah, so I just kept hearing about this game that's super hard, and I was like, oh, it looks interesting. I guess I'll try it out. And I started playing it, and it's like, wow, this is really fun, but dang, this lore is intense. And then I guess kind of same with BioShock. When I started playing the first BioShock, I was like, oh yeah, it's just like a horror shooter. You're in a city underwater, and you got to get out. That's all. But then, nope. Yeah. BioShock Infinite happens, and now you got parallel loop timelines and causality loops and all that stuff.
I mean, it's complicated. It's not convoluted, though. It makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'm just saying it got way more in depth than I thought it would. But yeah, no, it's like No Man's Sky. It has something to do with like simulated universes and multiverses, and like I think what's going on, I'm kind of starting to figure it out, that like the entire universe is basically a
multiverse these days.
What? Well, this was...
Does everyone have a friggin' multiverse these days?
Well, I think this game did it before the other stuff did. It's kind of a multiverse in the same way that like Dark Souls is, because it's kind of like an excuse for it's both part of the plot and a reason for multiplayer. Like in Dark Souls, it's like they say like the veil between the worlds is thin, so that's why other players can cross over into your world, because you can have the chosen undead from other worlds come and assist you. And No Man's Sky, it's kind of the same. You're something called the Traveler, and every player is the only
like
traveler.
Star Trek?
I don't know, probably not. But the Traveler, and like everyone is the only traveler. There's like the last traveler in their own respective universe. But because of the nature of the universe, you can cross over into other universes and meet other people. So it's like,
I see.
It allows for multiple players to exist canonically. It's pretty cool though. But yeah, I think the whole thing is like a simulation is the idea. And there's like this big computer that runs the whole simulation that's like the god, and then like there's all the different races that worship him. And then travelers are somehow part of this whole equation.
I don't know, man. I didn't play No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it's fun.
I know it by its colloquial name.
No Guy Bye.
No Guy Bye.
Yeah, once again, though, that video was made right after the game came out, and it's not even the same game anymore. Now it's actually really good.
I mean, you say that, but I have my doubts.
I don't know why. Why?
I don't know, because I just
because it
doesn't seem that interesting on its face, and also because of what it was like when it first came out.
When it first came out, it was literally you like explore a planet, gather resources, go to the next planet, repeat, and then just do that over and over again. Now the game has like other aliens, and it has like pirates, and you can do everything from like you can do missions, you can like do dogfighting, you can do trading.
Lore.
Yeah, and you can do trading. You can actually has multiplayer now. There's a lot you can do. Like you can get like capital ships and frigates, and like you can have an entire fleet and send them on missions to do stuff. And it's got resource management. You can have your own settlement, or you have to like you become like the mayor of a settlement, and you have to like make decisions to govern what they do and their well-being. Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
What was that? Who's you remember that one time when that one guy was just Valentino, that guy, Masked Magician.
Masked Magician.
Did you ever see those? I'm just curious.
I saw a couple of Masked Magician, I think. Why?
I don't know. I came into my brain somehow. I'm trying to remember how I got here. I was thinking about Captain Disillusion, and then somehow, oh, that's right. He made a video where he talked about a magic trick, and then someone in the comments was like Masked Magician, and then I thought about, but I did that yesterday. I just thought about it today, and I went through that process. And
I don't know. What's your point?
I'm not really sure where I was going with this.
I don't either.
Bottom line, did you ever watch the Masked Magician specials? But did you, though?
I saw like clips of him on YouTube. Isn't he the guy that just kind of shows you how magicians do their tricks?
Yeah. Well, he said he only picked old tricks. I don't know. For some reason, the magician community is really... I don't know. It's just...
that.
Yeah, but it's stupid in a way.
Because
it's like, we all know that it's tricks. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but the fun of it is not knowing how the trick is done. So I guess I could see why. I could see arguments for either. It's like, on the one hand, it like, it demystifies the trick. It reveals how it's done, which could take the fun out of it if you know how it's done. But on the other hand, I think it kind of pushes the art to keep progressing. It's like if, the old tricks, it's like when as people figure out how the tricks are done, it forces you to keep coming up with new and amazing ones, and it makes the ones that they can pull off even more amazing. Penn and Teller actually
I don't
had
know.
like a bit like that where they showed how how the trick of sawing a woman in half is done. And
Yeah, with 2 boxes usually.
yeah, 2 boxes, and there's like, a dumb.
Someone really flexible in both boxes.
Well, actually, the version they showed, it was like there was actually only 1 box, but it was like it was on a trick table. So like the person would actually lay down in the table, and then like part of their body would be obscured, and then you could like saw it, and then like pull the table apart, and it would look like they were sawed in half. So it's like they showed how that whole trick was done, but then they added a twist at the end where they saw her in half for real, and it's very bloody and gory. And they don't tell you how they did that part, because
obviously they didn't actually saw her in half.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean, though. It's like they obviously at some point, because they show their assistant come out and get into the box and do that whole bit, and then like, but somehow they managed to swap her out with a dummy, because I mean, it looks bloody and gory, but obviously it's fake. So it's like.
Well, wait. So do they reveal that it was a trick and then be like, "You'll never know"?
What they do,
or do they just literally leave it on? All right, we've just sawed a woman in half. Tune in next week when we talk about ducks.
Basically that. Just look it up on YouTube. It's pretty funny. It's like he does the whole bit, and he's like, they're showing how it's done. Basically, so instead of doing it with like a handsaw, they use like this massive like buzz saw thing for like extra effect, and they show how it's done. Then they're like, So they show it's like, okay, so this is how the trick is done. It's like, and you'll notice like the table, there's something like the table's funny. And so like part of her body is actually down in the table, and she's actually shorter she's actually shorter than she actually is, but you're not supposed to notice that. And then he shows, but yeah, it's like the saw blade actually can't even reach her because there's this like safety bar in place. And then like Teller pulls the bar out to show the audience, and Penn doesn't see that he does it. So then he lowers the saw again and actually saws her in half. And then like freaks out. I was like, oh crap. It's like, she's okay. And then like they pull the boxes apart and guts spill out, and they're like, okay, she's not okay. Anyways, see ya. And then they basically just take off and run by, like the curtains close and they take off. So it's like, they do it they do it to the full comedic effect, but they don't show you how they did that part. It's a trick.
Well,
obviously,
I mean,
they didn't actually murder
obviously
somebody.
They just switched her out when you weren't paying attention with a realistic looking dummy.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, that's what they did, but you can't figure out how they did it.
Probably through the magic of editing, because it's not a live broadcast.
Except my parents actually saw them live in Vegas. They did that trick. They did it live in front of an audience, and it's like, and they've done it. They've done it in plenty of contexts where editing can't be the excuse that's used. So.
I guess. I don't know.
So unless they're actually just killing their assistant repeatedly and hiring new ones.
Maybe it's like the one movie where the guy is actually just cloning himself over and over.
I know the one. Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're doing. They've got like it's just, you pull back the curtains, there's just a line of clone assistants behind them.
Yeah, they got Nikola Tesla to make them a duplication device.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You're already getting tired.
I didn't sleep very good last night.
Do you ever sleep well?
Not lately.
Worse than my dad, who's tired every day.
Yeah, well.
Everyone's always tired.
Yep. Just kind of.
Could be a side effect. I'm just up late naturally. It's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, but then, it's like, usually, it's like I'll stay up late on weekends sometimes, but usually I'm able to sleep in the next morning, but lately my wife's. Excuse me, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing? I would kindly ask you to stop that.
It's just my corncob pipe.
It's not very pleasant on the ears.
What is it? I don't know what it sounds like.
It sounds like someone blowing into my ears, and it's really discomforting.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, so you're about to get muted. I don't even remember what I was saying. I don't think it matters, though. Oh, hey, crap. I just realized.
What?
We've been recording this whole time.
What?